Hi everyone, this lesson is for grade 2. I am going to introduce our next creativities, which is gonna be the mobile. Um, it's done by Alexander Calder. This is one of actually sample that you are going to look at in this picture. Okay, you may maybe take a look at the Alexander Calder's mobile. Maybe in your when you actually Google it, you probably actually look at his different types of mobile. Okay, I think that we worked on, remember the group project that we work on, the fish drawing and scale that I show you also in a PowerPoint presentations. That's actually a mobile by the Alexander Calder, right? So same as we're gonna work on, but this is gonna be an individual work. Okay, so this is a one of action example. It's called the lobster trap and fishtail. Can you tell which one is lobster and then which one is fishtail? Can you tell that? Okay, this is the picture of mobiles. Okay, yes. So when you actually take a look at mobile, the mobile is what? It's moving all different directions, right? Okay, because I'm moving this a paper, but as you look at the mobiles, the mobile actually gives you mobility. It keeps moving one side and down, the other side is kind of up, so it kind of gives you the mobility, interesting kind of various mobilities then. Okay, so this is a one of action example from the Alexander Calder. Okay, so my question is, do you see the any lobster shape? Okay, take a look at the shape. Which one do you think is in lobster shape? Maybe this might be. Okay, what about the fishtail? Can you tell the fishtail? Possibly, maybe it is, right? Yes. So this is my guess, right? So we are going to draw this sculpture. Okay, this mobile is actually a different type of the sculpture. What we are going to do is you need to just look at detail, either shapes, the lines and the colors in the mobiles. Okay, so basically the color, pretty much he's focusing on just very limited color, either red and a black. You can maybe switch with dark navy blues if you want to, and then take a look at the very detail. There is a little bit chains going on, and then the thin line going on, right? Yes. And then this one actually is done by the wire, the flexible wires. So he's making a kind of twisting it and making a kind of a chain looks. Okay, and then he basically actually twisted it and making like a kind of the body of fish. Okay, this is a lobster, and then maybe a kind of fish tail. It look like it. Okay, so please take a look at very detail. As you notice it, you probably look at the shapes and the lines and the colors in the mobile, right? Yes. So why and how? Okay. How did actually this Mr. Alexander Calder attach the pieces together? That's quite interesting. Okay. He probably maybe start with one shape first. So each shape he maybe created. Okay, then he may kind of using the lines connecting through. Okay, then he's going to use different directions. Remember the direction he work on using the flexible wire. That will give you interesting balance. See, once again, this is a sculpture, but it's mobility. Okay, a movement in it. So this is how he is trying to give a sort of a balance when he actually try to work on the flexible wire. So you may have to questions. How did Calder attach the pieces together, and then how do they balance together? Balance it out, and then balance it out. Okay, So this give you actually balance it all together. Okay, so this is what we are going to draw for the next step. Okay, so basically if you understand what Alexander Calder is he is basically trained as an engineer, okay, scientist and engineers, and then someone who designs like a builds and machines and other structure. This is what engineer means. And then when making his mobiles, he considered things like weight and balance. This is exactly how he showed the weight and balance together in order to work a nice the mobility and the placement of sculpture. So this is in sculpture. So the next step, what we are going to do is we are going to draw exactly the way he did in the piece of paper. So this is the piece of paper that we are going to use. What you are going to prepare for the next lesson, okay? You need to prepare the marker. This is actually a thick marker. If you have a thick marker, they'll be good. Okay, all right. Then the thin pen. Pen is good. Okay. And also the red marker, because we're gonna go make just the same as what he did, but we are going to draw his sculpture. Then you're gonna prepare the color pencil in black and a color pencil in red. Okay, in case if you have no marker, okay, this is the preparations that you need to work on. Let's say if you don't have any color pencil, that's okay. You can actually still working on crayons at home. Okay, so those are the things that you need to prepare for the next class. Okay, so that's the mobiles. Okay, the Alexander Calder he did. Okay. It's interesting is how when you actually look at the white background, okay, you definitely see the shadow. Here in this picture, it doesn't show much of the shadow well, but when you actually look at the shadow in on the background, the white background, it will give you a very nice balance it and very interesting shape, very detail on the white background then. Okay, so this is things I want you to experience and I'm working it, and then the next class I want to show you how to actually draw nicely presented in using a color and a marker together. Okay, so today's lesson is I'm gonna introduce this one, and then I will see you next time, and I'm gonna show you the demo clearly what you are going to expect and draw it then. Okay, all right, thank you.